Hello everyone, Catweazle here. Welcome to the channel and welcome back to Arkham Horror, The Shadow over Innsmouth, episode 3. Well, things have been going pretty good. As far as Arkham Horror's going, we are doing extremely well. So let's carry on while the iron is hot. But just before we do that, just a quick word about the channel. I mentioned the chat we're having with Robert Oren on his channel. It's not this Wednesday, it's next Wednesday. So I wasn't quite sure yesterday, but it is next Wednesday. So thanks to Rob for that, and thank him for the invite. Excellent. Other than that, just a quick word about this channel in general. I just like to do it every so often, just to reiterate what the channel's all about. It won't take very long at all. What is the channel all about? Not a lot is the simple answer to that. It really is just me. I'd be playing a game anyway, I'd be playing a solo game anyway, and I'm just recording it. That's all I'm doing. So I don't do reviews, I don't do tutorials. That's not to say you won't learn how to play the game by watching me, but I'm not specifically into doing tutorials or anything, and that's the bit I want to stress really. I don't want to come across that the way I play the game is the way to play the game. That goes for Arkham Horror, Eldritch, anything that I play on this channel. It's just the way I play it. I don't want to influence anybody out there on how to play. The reason I'm reiterating it is because I do a lot of house rules. Like most people, I find some rules bizarre, frankly, or I don't like them, or I just change stuff around. Arkham's a brilliant example because it is so involved. There are so many moving parts and pieces and cards and things, and the way that they all combine and work together, it throws up rules oddities. It does it all the time. And I quite enjoy that, and I quite enjoy saying, well, you know what, as far as I go, as far as I'm concerned, I'll do A, B and C there. I'll go on to BGG, I'll look at the official frequently asked questions, any errata and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, I'll just make my own mind up. Regarding the aquatic movement business for the hound and stuff like that, I explained briefly at the beginning of last episode why I decided to go through the train station and why we picked Lily and Roland. Since then, you know, I learned a bit more about Hounds of Tinderloss and what they do and where they come from and what the whole idea behind them is, being intradimensional things that are sort of drawn to people who travel through time and stuff like that. And the fact that they always appear in locations because they have to appear in angular places. They can only appear in enclosed places where there are like enclosed angles. And it's just really good sciencey fiction horror stuff. It's brilliant, and I love that sort of thing. And so I've further changed my little like house rule on them to say that rather than mess around with distance and all that sort of palaver, they obviously like interdimensional beings. They can just appear in any location. It don't matter who's nearest or furthest. I think the most important thing would be who's the most visible to them, who stands out, who is shining as an extra dimensional beacon to them, if you like. And I've just made the decision that whoever's got the lowest sneak is showing up to the Hound of Tinderloss, and that is the person they'll go after. Now, that is just me, yeah? I just think that sounds cool, yeah? Now, anybody doesn't like that, that's fine. Play any game the way you like. The only reason I explain my house rules is just so anybody who's watching goes, you know, would be probably, well, what the hell's he doing that for? So I'd just do a quick explanation and say I'm doing that because of X, Y and Z. Exactly the same with what happened with Silas and Amanda in the Curiosity Shop. It happened previously in Kingsport. I did forget about it because obviously I've been playing other games in the interim, and that is one of the things I tend to video every play of a game I have now. So It's not like when I'm not videoing and playing about 20 games of Arkham or anything. I'm not. I'm playing Zombicide. I'm only playing Zombicide. If I'm playing Roombound, I'm only playing Roombound. So the odd one's going to slip my mind. But that said, I swiftly came to the same conclusion given the same situation. And then I remembered then, I went, oh yeah, I've house ruled this because I personally think that this is the best way to go. So that's just an explanation of why I explain my house rules. I explain my house rules just to let everybody know what I'm doing. I'm not explaining my house rules to say this is the way you should play the game. It is your game. You play it how you like. It's completely up to you. Don't look at me and say, well, oh, Catweazle does that, so I'll do it that way. That must be the way to do it. That's not it at all. I do all sorts of crazy stuff just because, you know, like the Hound of Tinderloss, I've just decided to do it that way because I think it's cool. That is all. You know, the game designers or whatever probably didn't have that sort of in mind whatsoever. But even as far as me mentioning the game designers there, Richard Launius has his own house rules for Arkham Horror, and they're actually on the FFG website. So if the game designer can have house rules, anybody can. And I just have them just for me. They're just for me. And if you have them, that's great. If you and your gaming group are comfortable with any house rule that you have for any game, that is brilliant. Do it. If it's better for you, if it makes your gaming experience more fulfilling, if it makes it more enjoyable, then go right ahead. And the best of British to you. So that was just a not so quick because I've ended up blaming rabbiting on as usual. But just a quick thing about the channel. I'm honestly not trying to get anybody to play the games the way that I play. It's just the way I play them. I just happen to be videoing them, and I just mention any house rules just so anybody watching knows what the hell I'm doing. So, well, in so much as I know what the hell I'm doing myself. But that's all I do on this channel, is just play solo games, and just, you know, I hope that I bring a bit of my enthusiasm and enjoyment to it, and that's all it is. Please, please, if you don't like a house rule of mine, then ignore it. Play any game you have your way. It's completely up to you. Similarly, you know, if you find a house and you think, oh, actually, that's a pretty good idea, it might help us out, by all means, use it. I'm not going to come around your house and demand money. So, anyway, that was just a quick explanation of the channel and what I'm trying to achieve. And what I'm trying to achieve is basically nothing, apart from have a few giggles. So, right, let's get on with the game. Episode 3, our first player is Roland Banks. Let's get over to his player tray. And here we are with Roland. First thing to do while we're here, obviously Lily, she exhausted the Hunter's relationship card, so we will put that back in action as it's the upkeep phase. Also, because it's the upkeep phase, he's only got $1, so he can draw up to $2 with his expense account, so he's going to do that. So he now has $2. Brilliant. Okay, so he's got 3 focus. With that 3 focus, he's going to move his speed right up to 4. He only moved it all the way down there to sneak past the Hound of Tinderloss to give Lily Chen a chance of going in and kicking its ass. Right, what's he going to do? Well, the fact he's moved up to 4 as well, it means he can actually pop into the unnameable because he's the first player. And I want him to pop into the unnameable because I want him to trade again with Lily Chen. Lily is a beast. She doesn't really need that 45 automatic at all. Empty-handed, she's rolling 6 dice, you know, before you get any monster modifiers. And those 6 dice are never going to be affected by physical and magical immunity. It's just part of her base fight. So she doesn't need the 45. 6 dice, you know, that's pretty tough. That's pretty good stuff. So what we're going to do, and any like sort of physical or magical weapon she has just means that she loses -2 every time she puts it in her hand, because she's got a +2 empty hand bonus. So that 45 automatic, she just doesn't need it. So let's give it Roland. So Roland's going to have it. So he'll pop back in the unnameable, check she's okay, and then he's going to use his remaining 3 movement points after he gets his his 45 back, to go up to the Bank of Arkham. Reason he's going in there, I think I've mentioned it in the comments of previous videos, is he's going to get a bank loan with his expense account. He can never default on it. So he can get $10, and perhaps he can give that to Amanda sometime in the future and she can pay her loan off. Why not? Okay, so that's what he is going to do. That is it for Roland. We've moved his speed up. Let's move across to Lily Chen. And here we are with Lily Chen. First thing to notice is she's down to 1 sanity. Yes, as everybody pointed out last turn, made a major balls up. Whenever Eric Colt tells anybody a ghost story, in order to get the clues, they've got to lose 2 sanity. So the man is like, he's just a sanity eating machine, baby. So we're not going back to the unnameable, I don't think. At least not with Lily Chen. So what that'll mean is, obviously, like, she's not going to have to do that location card again. But it does mean she's down to 1 marble. So we've got to get those marbles back. But one of the good things about Eric is Eric has got +2 speed. We're going to keep her speed at 4 for the time being, because she's going on a bit of a trip. So Roland's going to come in, he's going to take his 45 automatic back, then Lily is going to move. Lily is first of all going to go to the curiosity shop, where Amanda and Silas are, and there's going to be a Tradesville, Arizona. She'll probably give $1, because she only needs 2. She'll give $1 to Amanda Sharpe. That's just to help out on the old bank loan thing. And then she'll get an elder sign off Amanda Sharpe. We don't want one investigator like with a load of elder signs. If they get devoured, that'd just be an absolute nightmare. So she'll take 1 elder sign off Amanda Sharpe, and she will also take, and as part of that, obviously, Silas can get involved. And what we'll do with Silas will give the enchanted blade to Amanda Sharpe, which that'll mean she's just majorly tooled up, man. So that'll be brilliant. So it will mean that the cavalry sabre becomes surplus to requirements, really, because she's got a 38 revolver, Amanda. So in order to keep everybody happy, why don't we give this cavalry sabre back to Silas? So he'll have the axe and the cavalry sabre. Now, if he does die, Silas will lose the axe and the cavalry sabre. But, you know, and wither, because he's going to keep that as well. But you know what? I think we're doing pretty well anyway. So, as far as weapons go. So I'm not too bothered about that. I do want to give him a chance to defend himself. If he just has 1 weapon, like say the cavalry sabre, he's gonna struggle. Let's at least give him a chance. So if he's gonna go up to visit his relatives in Innsmouth, he'd go tooled up. He's not gonna wander up there like with just 1 weapon if he has a chance of a bit more. So he will take a few stuff with him, but he will get rid of the astral mirror. He'll give that to somebody else. So that is going to be Lily Chen. She'll still have 3 movement points left, and she will go to Arkham Asylum. And with the remaining $2, she'll get all her sanity back. Now, she could do like stuff with a focus here, but it's not that strong with Cthulhu. It's a pain. Like, what she could do is she could go down to 5 and 6 here, increase her stamina. That would give her an extra stamina, which puts her up to 5 stamina. Yeah? And then she could move it back. And she'd gain a sanity that way. So she'd go up to 2 sanity. Yeah? Brilliant. But in moving it back up here, her max stamina is 5. With Cthulhu, her max stamina has to be 4. So she'd be forced to lose that stamina that she just gained, you know, by moving it. So it's a bit odd. The fact is, because of Eric Colt, she's right down on 1. So while that'd be useful, you know, if we were quite full up on both, that'd work really nicely. We've got to get so much sanity back, so we may as well pay the $2 and get it back that way. It'll be a lot quicker. I don't want her running around for too long with 1 sanity or even 2. So let's get her back up as high as we can. Get her back up to 5. Essentially she'll have 5 sanity, so let's do that. Okay, next up is Amanda Sharpe. And here we are with Amanda. Now, there was an opportunity to keep her in the curiosity shop, and you know, we could have bought some like unique item for less than $4 and basically like done her elder dreams, but she's got 2 things. We only need 1 more, and we do need to close the gate. We desperately need to close the gate, and she's packing heat, major heat. Even after we've traded, she will be pretty tooled up. She's just the lass to go into Independence Square. That Deep One hybrid is a pussy. We're going to blow him away, and she's going to go into that. She's going to go into that gate. Doesn't matter even if it's relay. In fact, it might be useful if it is, because that's a -3 gate. We'll still have an elder sign left, and that'll mean we can definitely close it and seal it, and Amanda is safe because we are never going to get 2 open relays. So let's hope it's relay. Another thing is, we want to get there with 1 movement point over, so we're going to move her up to 4, so she used 1 of her focused. The reason is nameless cults. So movement, exhaust and spend 1 movement point to make a law -1 check. If you pass this, draw a spell, lose 1 sanity. She's got 4 sanity. I think she can afford to lose 1 sanity. And we discard nameless cults. So we've got to make our law as good as possible. So a 2nd focus point, we'll put her law up. So she used 2 focus points, 1 to move her speed up and 1 to move her law up. I think we'll keep her fight at 2. She'll keep it at 2. She's pretty tooled up, and she is going to get the enchanted blade. So, tell you what, let's move her fight to 1. I think with a 38 revolver and an enchanted blade in each hand, she can afford to have a fight of 1. That will be, what, +3, 7. That'll be 8 dice, and the Deep One hybrid is +0. That'll be more than enough. So we'll just make sure she doesn't lose it. We'll do our best, put her will up as high as possible, so she's got a good chance of not failing the horror check. Okay, so that's her. As mentioned, we'll do a bit of trading with her. One thing she does have to do is the old bank loan. So that is now due. So I think it's a 1 to 3, she has to pay $1. 4, 5 or 6, she doesn't have to pay anything. A 1, she pays $1. Damn. But she's still got 3 left. That's still quite a few turns. Right, so she paid the first instalment on a bank loan. And that is it for Amanda Sharpe. Let's go across to Silas Marsh. And here we are with Silas. As mentioned, we're going to do a bit of trading, get rid of the enchanted blade, for example, and the astral mirror. And he will keep with her the warding statue, the axe, and probably get the cavalry sabre as well. Why not? As mentioned, he may get devoured. We may lose all those. The only real loss would be with her. But the reason I want him to keep with her is, 1, I want him to have a chance with a magic. He needs some magic damage, possibly. And with her has got a sanity cost of 0. So he will not lose any sanity whatsoever by casting it. So that's why I want him to have with her. So let's put that up there. That's cool. The enchanted blade, we'll put that like that because he's gonna hand that off. Where is he gonna go? Well, he is gonna go to Arkham Asylum, which is a movement of 3, so we may as well leave him where he is. He's gonna get his free sanity for nothing. Yeah, 1 sanity for nothing, and that'll put him up to 3. I want him up to 3. before he starts going to Innsmouth. Now, I could get him to go to a bank and get a loan as well and hand that off. I'll see how we're going. I have a feeling, you know, I'm sort of, what's the word? I was going to say treading water, but that's an outrageous pun. But, you know, let's get him up there. We're just putting it off a bit. Get up there and get those clues. The longer we hang around, then we're just going to get a gate opening and those clues disappearing. So let's get him up there. And as I said, Roland Banks, he's going to get a bank loan anyway, so we'll have plenty of money anyway. So sod it. Let's just get him up there in the next couple of turns. Right, so that's it for Silas Marsh. That is it for the upkeep phase. Let's get on with the movement phase. And here we are at the movement phase. Okie dokie. Right, I'm having to think now. I do want him to go to the Bank of Arkham and get some money, but he could go see Lily Chen and then go 1, 2, 3 and go to the Black Cave. The deep one, I mean, he is a bit of a pig, but he will be getting his 45 automatic back. Hang on, I'm just having a think. No, what we'll do, we'll stick with the plan. We shall stick with the plan. So don't change it this late stage. He's going to go up there. Hello, Lily, are you all right? She's absolutely fine. And she says, do you know what, Roland? I'm not going to be needing this. And he says, you know what, Lily? I don't think you do. So he takes that back. He's going to keep the bullwhip as well. And he will look, I think, to head up into Innsmouth as well and join Silas. And we'll have Amanda and Lily dealing with these gates in Arkham. So that's his first movement. And I think that is it. In fact, he's going to trade his $2 as well. He's going to give his $2 away. So why not? We'll give Lily will have 5, and then she can pass some of those on to Amanda as well. So that's a way to do that. Right, so he's got 3 movement left. So 1, 2, 3 to the Bank of Arkham. Should have no trouble getting a loan. He's an FBI agent. Brilliant. So next we have Lily Chen. Now Lily Chen's having a bit of a movement fest. So she's going to go 1, 2, 3 and meet these guys. She's going to give $3 to Amanda Sharpe, who now has $6. So I'll put 5 singles back and take a $5 token out. She's got $6 now. Amanda Sharpe is going to give her elder sign to Lily Chen. So let's spread those out. And as part of that, Silas is going to weigh in with his enchanted blade and say, you know what, you have this, Amanda. She's going to take that, and Amanda's going to say, well, if you give me that, why don't you take your family heirloom cavalry sabre back? I don't feel comfortable you not having it. So he takes that back, puts it with his axe. And while everybody's getting on so well and handing stuff around, Silas also says, well, you know what use have I got for a mirror? One of you pretty ladies should have it, because he's a sailor and he's just full of the gift of the gab. So he gives the astral mirror. Discard astral mirror to discard an environment mythos card from play, then lose 1 sanity. Let's give it to Lily Chen. It's quite easy for her to get sanity back, so we'll give it to her. Right, after all that like bonhomie, Lily has still got 3 movement points, thanks to Eric Colt. So 1, 2, 3, she's going to Arkham Asylum. And that is the movement for Lily Chen and the end of her movement phase. Next up is Amanda Sharpe. Let's do a slight rejig, and here we are. Now we can see the route she's going to take. So she's got an enchanted blade equipped and a 38 revolver. She's going to go 1, 2, 3 to Independence Square. Just before she fights the deep one, let's see where this gate's going. Dun, dun, dun. As I say, we could do with it being relay actually. That would be very useful, seeing as she's got an elder sign. It is the Abyss. Damn. But it is a -2 gate, so just a sort of gate to get rid of with an elder sign. But before that, we're getting ahead of ourselves. She's got to kill this guy. But just before that, she's got nameless cults. She's got 1 movement point left over. She's going to do a law -1 check. Her law, we put it up to 4, so she has got 3 dice. Fails. Is she going to use a clue token? I think it's worth... She's got 2 clue tokens, she's going to spend 1. I think getting a spell would be very useful. Come on. A 6. Brilliant. So, yeah. I'd use that clue token only because she had the elder sign. So she's got 1 clue token left. She gets to pick. So she gets shriveling. Brilliant. Casting modifier is -1. It does have a sanity cost of 1. Magical spell. Any phase, cast an exhaust to gain +6 to combat checks until the end of this combat. Brill. Absolutely brill. So put that with the gate box and the elder sign. Fabulous. A clue well spent. Oh, got to keep that because now she's facing up against the deep one. I'm just thinking, should she use shriveling? Well, she loses her stamina. Sorry, her sanity. Well, let's just sort that out. She's down to 3 sanity. And discard nameless cults. Right. No, she's going to stick with the enchanted blade and the revolver. I think that'll be more than enough. So she's going to take this boy on. So first of all, she's got -1 on the sanity check. Her will is 4, so it's 3 dice. Another 6. She passes. Cool. And combat check, it's +0. She has got +4, +3, 7, +1 fight is 8 dice. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. -1 is 7. She needs 1 success. And she, bloody hell, that's all she got as well. She got a 5 with 7 dice. Blimey. Right, but she has killed the Deep One hybrid. It's only got 1 toughness. So we get the monster stand back. We're back to 6 monster stands. She has a trophy. Cool. Right. So, having dispatched of the monster, is straight through the Abyss, which is down, where is it? Right down here. So, cool. She is now in the Abyss. Right-o, after her, it is going to be Silas Marsh. So, can we see where he's going? I think we can, yes. So, Silas Marsh is going to move. He has a movement of 3, and he's going to go 1, 2, 3, right back with Lily. Oh, let's move that. The right way round, Roland. Cool. Right, there we are. That is the end of the movement phase. Next up is the Arkham encounter phase. And here we are. I've zeroed in a bit. I messed around there for 2 minutes with the dice tower till I realised that none of the people here will actually be having like a card encounter or anything. Roland's first up, and he's just getting a bank loan. So, exactly the same as Amanda. You take a bank loan, and that is $10. Well, let's sort him out. We'll put this over here on his player tray. As before, as with Amanda, he won't have to roll for this next upkeep phase. It'll be the upkeep phase after that. Right, so he's got $10. Well done, Roland. After Roland, it's Lily Chen. And Lily Chen is going to pay her remaining $2 to have a chat with the shrink. And her max sanity is 6, which is -1 because of Cthulhu. So she is up to 5 sanity. Just the quickest way to get her back. So she's up at 5 sanity. Brilliant stuff. Now, normally it would be Amanda Sharpe, but Amanda Sharpe is now in the abyss. So we move on to Silas, and he is going to use the freebie. So he's just going to get his 1 sanity back for free, and he's now ready to get up Innsmouth way. Right, that is the end of the Arkham encounter phase. This time, however, we do have an otherworld encounter phase. So let's get down to the abyss and Amanda. And here we are with Amanda. She's in the first part of the abyss. As you can see, it's a blue or a red. So can we see that? Can we eck? Hang on while I just move the camera slightly. There we go. Right, so blue and a red. Blue or a... yeah, blue and a red. Yellow, discard it. A blue. So we've got Dreamlands and Yuggoth. So we're going to have to do other. The strain is too much for your mind. Lose 1 sanity. We didn't even get a roll. Brilliant. Right, so she's lost the sanity. So she's down to 2 sanity. She's going to have to use 1 sanity as well to use the Elder Sign. That's not good. So hopefully we can get through the rest of the abyss without mishap. Otherwise we're in a bit of a pickle. Righto. So that, I didn't think much of that gate card. But that is it for the Otherworld encounter phase. So yes, it's the laugh and chuckle phase. And here we are back in Arkham. Whoop. Let's bring this down and let's see what the bad news is. We have Strange Power Flux Place City, Independence Square. Ah, cobblers. That's a bloody gate burst. So we've got a gate burst. So a load of... I was hoping that would stay free. But 4 investigators. So we're going to get 4 monsters. Right. 4 monsters. See if we can get any that aren't aquatic. Or a Hound of Tinderloss. Maniac, we like it. So that's got to go to Independence Square, because that is the gate that we're having the burst at. And then the next one will go to, oh, we'll send it up to Marsh Refinery. So he's going to Marsh Refinery, a Loigor, damn it. Oh, that's the worst thing we could have had up there. That is the worst thing we could have had up there. So it's quite easy to sneak past, but that's made it very difficult for good old Silas, because it's got its weapon immunity and it doesn't move. Next one is a vampire. That's a bloody hell, that's a bloody horrible one as well. Let's go into the black cave. I suppose that's fair enough. And so what we have there, each one has had 1, 3, we've got 1 more, and I think there's 2 at the black cave, so this one's not going there. It's between Marsh Refinery and Independence Square, and as the burst was at Independence Square, we'll put it there. And we've got a formless spawn. You know what? We've picked some real... The Maniac was fine. Everything else was horrible. And we're also, I think we're down to something like 3 monster stands now. So, a formless spawn. A Maniac. In fact, that's bloody horrible for... That's horrible for Amanda to come back to be honest. And the vampire. The black cave. And 1 for the Loigor. So we've got 2 monster stands left. No! So that's a bit of a downer. That is a bit of a downer. Mind you, Amanda does have the gate box. So in theory she should come out at any gate. What if she comes out at Marsh Refinery? If she came out at Marsh Refinery, the Loigor can't attack her. The Loigor has +0 to sneak past. I think it's a bit of a pain to kill because of the weapon immunity. And look at that. That is nasty. What's a sneak like, Amanda? We could close a gate sort of under the Loigor's nose and then sneak off. She's got 3 focus, so she could get a sneak up to 4. And we've got Blackest Night in play. This is a headline, so that's not going to take its place. We may do that. We may send Amanda to close whatever the Marsh Refinery gate is, and do it that way. Otherwise, that Loigor is going to be a bit of a pain. So, yeah, we'll think about that. That's an option. So remember the gate box. Whew. Right, next is clue. Clue appears at the unnameable. That's getting a few clues, isn't it? Unfortunately, there's nobody there to receive it this time. They've all moved away. So we get a clue at the unnameable. Monster movement. Right, so we've got slash, triangle, star. That is a crescent. I think those are pluses. Crescent, hexagon. Oh, I saw hexagon. Didn't I? Yeah, hexagon moves on black. So at least the formless spawn moves. This is physically immune as well. So, I think we... And seeing as it's trapped poor old Silas and Lily Chen, I think we know who Lily Chen's going to try and kill. Yeah, she's going to have to try and take on the formless spawn because it's moved right into the downtown streets and blocked anybody in. Fortunately, Lily Chen is first player next turn. Also, not only is she first player next turn, Roland's at the Bank of Arkham. He is in the same neighbourhood, so we could actually get its toughness down to 1 with the Hunter's Relationship card. So, I think we know what Lily's doing next turn. Right, so, and we've got a Loigor, and the Loigor is a square, and we haven't got any square movement. Right, that's it. Strange power flux plagues city. Headline. All investigators in otherworld areas may immediately return to Arkham. Yes! Clue appeared. Brilliant. Brilliant. So she doesn't have to stay in the abyss. She could cut, and it counts as an explorer, I think. Right. Right, now I've got to make the decision now. I mean, she could go back to the abyss now. There's only a maniac there now. And the maniac will be easy. So, does she do the abyss? Or does she choose one of these other gates? I I'm tempted by Marsh Refinery. I'm tempted by Marsh Refinery. And I've got to choose now. It's not like I can say, like, hey, you guys, what do you think? Because I've got to choose now. She's got to come back to Arkham now. Oh, and the phrase in Arkham does include Innsmouth, by the way. So she can go to Marsh Refinery if she wishes. Oh, I don't like the fact... Yeah, if we get any more monster surges up in Innsmouth, we're going to struggle to shut Marsh Refinery Gate. Because we've got nobody up there. There's only a maniac guarding the Abyss. The Formless Spawn is sort of guarding it because it's on the downtown streets and like making it awkward for people to get there, but it's not actually on that space. And Lily could kill the Formless Spawn, and then Roland, he could just wander into the Abyss, couldn't he? He could wander in there and kill that maniac, no problem. Yes, she's going to go back to Marsh Refinery. Yeah, she's going to use the... She can pick, may immediately return to Arkham. Now normally that'd mean she would have to go back to the Abyss, but she does have the gate box. Any phase, when you return to Arkham from another world, so mentions nothing about you have to, go through both sides of the Abyss to do it. You can return to any location with an open gate, not just those leading to the other world you're in. Yes, she's going to go to Marsh Refinery. Let's close that gate, give the Loigor the slip, and do it that way. Roland can go and close the Abyss. Cool, right. So she's used that, she's used gate box, and she has gone to Marsh Refinery. Loigor can't attack her. In fact, while she's there, let's find out what it is. Is it going to be relay? Dun 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 dun. The Great Hall of Celiano, a -1. So, not a particularly difficult gate. It's a shame we're going to use an Elder sign on it. But, ooh, it's a star. There's a star symbol. Did we have a star? No, we didn't have a star monster. Oh, yeah, it was hexagon. Damn! I was hoping to get rid of a few monsters when we shut it there. Oh, the Abyss is hexagon. Oh, I've put her in. I've put her there now. I've flipped it in the Great Hall of Celiano. She'd gone back to the Abyss, obviously. She'd gone back to the Abyss and sealed that. Then the hexagon would have meant that the Formless Spawn would have been defeated and put back in the cup anyway. But Lily Chen's going first anyway, so she'd be doing sneaks and stuff to get past the bloody thing. Why? Yeah, just let's have Amanda go to Marsh Refinery. I'm sure Lily will be able to take care of the Formless Spawn. Yeah, because Roland's there. We're going to reduce its toughness by 1 with hunters. Yeah, cool. Yeah, we'll leave it as that. And that's cool. That's cool. That's it. Let's put that back there. Move this out of the way. How did the turn go? Another good turn. Another good turn. We didn't get a Doom token, which is always good, because we got a Monster Surge. The Monster Surge has given us a few problems, but the Mythos card has meant that Amanda has come out early. She's got the gate box. She's been able to go to Marsh Refinery. She's been able to choose that. The Loigor's there, which is a pig, but if she can close that on her encounter phase... Oh, there's one thing I have thought of. If she uses the Elder Sign to close that, she goes down to 1 sanity. If the Loigor goes off next turn, she'll lose a sanity and go bonkers. But yeah, how often do you get square monster movement? Not often. It's too late now, but that's the you've got to take a few risks in this game, so that's a risk we're going to have to take. So, plus, even if that does happen, it will be after she's closed the gate, and what will happen? She'll just go back to the Arkham Asylum. So it's just a free trip back to Arkham for the cost of a madness condition. So that's okay. Yeah, we'll take that. We'll take that risk. Right, so that's cool for Amanda. That's worked out well. It's worked out well for us. We're getting a gate closed, essentially a turn early. That's brilliant. And yeah, Lily's going to have to do the business on the farmer's spawn. Hopefully she'll be able to get rid of it, but it does mean I was hoping for her to go and start closing gates, really. If we hadn't got the monster surge, she'd have been going down to the Black Cave because she's got 6 movement and an elder sign. But as it is now, she'll take the formless spawn on. Hopefully she'll kill that. If she kills that, then Roland will head into the abyss. He'll kill the maniac into the abyss, and he will try and close that gate. He will pass Lily Chen, funnily enough, as he goes into Independence Square. So assuming she does beat the formless spawn, he may well take that elder sign. Let's use that elder sign on the abyss and do that. Lily's got enough clues, so the turn after she can head towards the Black Cave or an other gate that may open in the meantime. Silas, yeah, let's forget the bank. We've got enough money now. Roland's got $10, so he can go 1, 2, 3. Let's send him to River Docks. So he can go to River Docks with 3 movement. He'll have some encounter there, and then the turn after he can use his special ability, and he can go to Devil Reef. He'll go to Devil Reef, pick up a clue. He'll go to Your Hat and Fly, pick up those 2 clues, and then he will head on back. And he doesn't even have to go into Marsh Refinery to try and shut that gate. So he will have his little trip to Innsmouth. Okay, right, thanks very much. Those are just basic thoughts off the top of my head. I'm sure he'll come back with some tactical tips for me and perhaps some things that I've missed. As usual, I did put it up as I did flash it up as a sort of caption last term, but if I've made any mistakes, please let me know and I'll try and fix them. Yeah, and yeah, any tactical tips, please let me know, and I'll see if I fancy them and we can go for them and see how we do. But all in all, not a bad turn, not a bad turn. So things are looking okay, but things can change. We haven't sealed any gates whatsoever yet, so let's not get ahead of ourselves, but it's not looking too bad at the moment. Okay, thanks for watching. That is it for episode 3 of Arkham Horror, The Shadow over Innsmouth. I'd like to thank you all for watching. I'd like to thank you all for all your subscriptions, for all the views, for all the comments, for all the discussions about the rules and the application of them. I do enjoy it. I do enjoy it. Always remember that printed words, you know, it looks a bit argumentative or whatever. I do argue my corner on certain things. It's not to have a go at anybody. So which is why I had a bit of a chat at the beginning. It's just I just choose to do things my own way sometimes, and as I mentioned in the last episode, I don't always play optimally. For example, Silas going up to Innsmouth, but let's just do it. It'll be fun. Right, so once again, thanks very much, and thank you very much again to everybody who's been going over to Board Game Links. I think we're at 59 now. So that's excellent. I've had about 13 upvotes in the past 3-4 days. That's brilliant. And I hope you'll join me for episode 4 of Arkham Horror, The Shadow over Innsmouth. Until then, this is me, Catweazle, signing off. Toodaloo.